Welcome in to the ICU arena, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in. My name is Graham, and this is your guy. You can see the wall. You can see him. You can see this guy. This guy is the man that you know as Bibby, although if the chairman's around, he is Michael Meehan. But he is the man that we call Bibby. How is things, Bib?
Yes, it is going fantastico.
You goddamn right it is. You goddamn right. Welcome in, everyone. I know. You're all here. You want to see the latest trials and tribulations. You want to see how Ice Cream Uploads FC competes against some of the biggest teams in not only domestic but world football. We have another 3-game stream for you today, starting off with the Giants of West Ham. Okay, maybe not quite Giants, but it does definitely get much bigger as things progress. We then face off against AC Milan in the Champions League. We are pretty much through, I think, if not mathematically secure. I think we are in the groups of the Champions League anyway. AC Milan, though, aren't. They need a result. So we are playing against AC Milan in the second game in the Champions League in Milan. So I expect that one to be a little bit fiery. And if that's not enough to wet the old whistle, we sit at the top of the league in the Premier League, and we face off against Tottenham Hotspur, who currently sit in 4th place. They need a win. A win from Spurs can take them all the way up to 2nd, just 1 place behind us. So the final game is against Spurs, and expect big things in that game. But speaking of big things, before we jump into the show, I do want to remind you all that we have a giveaway. Everyone here at the club has decided to chip in, and we are giving away a copy of Cyberpunk to 1 subscriber on the channel. One of you guys that's part of our backroom staff. One of the guys that supports the stream, obviously. Anyone that views is part of the backroom staff anyway. But obviously, we like to give back to the people that support us financially by giving them gifts. And this month's gift, our exclamation mark loot drop. I need to open up the chat, but actually it's not open because I restarted the PC in downtime. Exclamation mark loot drop is a copy of Cyberpunk 2077, a standard edition on the platform of your choice. We will be giving that away during this stream. And speaking of that, Magic Man! Thank you very much for the sub, Madge. Very, very much appreciate you resubbing for 6 months. Half a year, Madge, you've been supporting the channel. It means a lot. Thank you very much for the resub, Madge. That has been added, so you will be included in the draw as well. So nice. Hey, Chapper's hitting the loot drop just as I got the chatbot open just in time. Nice. It makes it look like he was there all along. That's what we like to see. So that is why we are sat in this room. Obviously, we don't usually sit in here. We only tend to sit in here when we have big things to discuss, like transfer windows, and we have to chat with all of you guys, our backroom staff. It isn't a transfer window yet. It's close, though. We will be using this room over the next few weeks, no doubt, because we are at the start of December right now in our season 4, so we'll have the transfer window discussions again. But we've been sat in here this morning just to have a little bit of a chat around that Cyberpunk giveaway. So we've been putting everyone's names on the spin wheel, and you will see that in the managerial suite when it comes to do the draw. I think we'll do that after the Milan game. We'll get the Champions League heroics out of the way just before the final game of the stream. We'll do the draw there, so a little bit more time if anyone else does want to renew. Maybe you tune in and think, shit, I do want to resub, but I haven't done it yet, so we'll give you a little bit of time to get those in. So we'll get a couple of games out of the way, and then we'll do that. So speaking of the managerial suite, let's jump back over there now. I may have left a spin wheel out. I can't remember. let's see if I did. No, I put it away, which is nice because it does mean that I can refresh the source on that, because Madge has just been added. So let's refresh. And there he is. Magic Man is in the draw. Bosh. Nice. Anyway, I've just gone through who we are playing against. Do you want to give us a run through of the last stream and how that ended up in terms of where we sit in the table, babe?
Yeah, so we currently sit top of the table, 6 points clear of Liverpool, as we're starting to reach some really good favour form. Beating Newcastle in the last game of the stream, 5-0. Then we went, before that, Leicester came to our gaff. We beat them 2-0. Before that, we won our penultimate game in the Champions League, 3-0 against Young Boys, which makes us, I think it's top of the league in all fronts. So we're fit a good vein of form. We are doing well. Can we continue that form at home against West Ham United? Then a trip to Milan. In the Champions League, the final day of the Champions League, and they're in serious need of a win to try and get qualified for the next round, as well as finishing today off with a trip to Tottenham Hotspur.
Tottenham. I mean, Milan are a team in kind of dire straits. They sit, I think it said 13th in their own league. They haven't qualified from the groups yet, so they definitely need a result. We are fighting against a team that has everything that they need to play for. We, on the other hand, in the last stream, played 3, won 3, and we scored 10. I don't think we've ever had a stream that successful in our whole managerial time. We've had some good win streaks. Usually, I think we went to like a 13 win streak last season. But there was a lot of 1-0 scrappy late goal kind of things in there. 10 goals in 3 games is something we've never done before, so that's huge. Yeah, the fixtures were all domestic and they weren't necessarily as make or break as playing Milan in the Champions League might be. But yeah, do you know, still you have to play what's in front of you, and we did that exceptionally well, so it's good to see. Madge says, okay, good luck, folks. I've got to pretend I'm working now slightly more effectively now. Cheers, Madge. Thank you very much for lurking. And for the sub. Genuinely appreciate the sub. Hopefully, you get something good in the loot drop. And when I say that, obviously no prioritising favouritism. Hope you get just as much as everyone else. Gary says, all right, lads, I think I'm in the draw as I linked my Discord and Twitch earlier. Let me just double check that for you.
Going to have a look myself. Loot drop. Boom. Boom. There you are, Gary. Yeah, he's there.
Was he on the list that you sent through?
No, I think he may have done it after I generated the list.
Sorry, Gary, you're just not in. No, mate. Sorry, it's too late. Unfortunately. Okay, we'll get you added. We'll get you added. Where is that one? Categories. Add a category.
But yes, he is in the loot drop Discord.
Nice. Things you love to see. Mr. Gary Clark added. Bosh. Boom. And save. Bosh. And we go back into the spin wheel. And then refresh the cache. Loading. It's upside down. Can't see it. There he is. Mr. Gary Clark is in the loot drop. I can confirm you are on the spinning wheel. So GG's. Thank you very much as well for the subs. As with every single one of you guys on that spin wheel. The reason you're on the spinning wheel is because you're supporting the channel. As we mention fairly regularly, but not all the time because we don't want to hammer it too much. This isn't our 9 to 5. This is a little bit of something that we do on the side of work. Yes, it is involved with our work. Yes, it is in close proximity, but it's not something we're paid to do. So you guys subbing helps us make more of this content, so we appreciate it. So the fact that you're on this list not only means that we have a chance to give something back to you, but it means that you're helping us out. Very much appreciated. Thank you very much. Anyway, back into the game then, Bib. What are we looking at?
We are looking at a new scouted player that's been brought to our attention. 21-year-old Paraguayan right midfielder. Prolific winger, apparently. His stats are okay. He's got good curl, good speed, good acceleration, decent stamina. He's dribbling 77, his heading's 81, and that's pretty much it. His injury resistance 2, his form 4, so he's pretty much a bang average player. He's not someone who I think will bring a lot to our team, especially rated 79 overall. He is, however, cheap as they come.
About £4, 221k release fee, whereas we have 22 million release fee. That is incredible. Just to point out that his name is Cardorto, so I'm assuming his first name is Frank. Frank Cardorto.
So we can actually pick him up for 94 grand because he's on our scout list.
That is ridiculous.
So this could be someone who we want to. Let's have a look at his. So he is on the peak. We could potentially buy him with a view to loaning out and see how we do with that. But again, it's just a nice little option that we've got, especially for how much it costs.
I mean, it's almost like a no-brainer in that. Not no-brainer, but it's a no-risker. We'll put it that way. So he will come in and cost us nothing of consequence. And he's almost rated 80 overall. So he does give us another option. He's not going to set the world on fire. He's not going to walk into the starting lineup, and it'll be a few years before he could do that, I imagine. But yeah, just definitely something to keep in mind when we get to the transfer window. I like that. I mean, it's nice to get the Martin Odegaards and the Farfans, which are 110 million, 63 million each. But yeah, 200 quid. Job's a good one. It's like buying an old Fiesta off of a Gumtree or something like that. Yeah, I'll have one of them. Nice.
It's technically like getting a player free with a bag of Walkers or something like that. He costs us absolutely nothing.
He's literally a Tazo. That's what he is. He's a Tazo.
Yeah. He is the Happy Meal of football. You get a free toy with your little Happy Meal.
I mean, and he's happy with that. I mean, just look at his shirt. Wink, wink. Wink, wink. Hey. But yeah, Caddo.
His curl, speed, and acceleration, so he has got a lot of pace about him. He can run forever. That's pretty much all he's got as a winger.
It's interesting that he has curling, but his lofted passing is crap, and his finishing is crap, and his place kicking is crap. So he can bend a ball, just not anywhere accurately. Great. That's wonderful. That's a skill that nobody ever wants to have. But yeah, do you know what? You've got it, and you've done it well. So fair play to you.
At 21, we could bring him in, stick him on a decent amount of training as like a playmaker or something like that, and see how he develops on that. But it's a nice option to have, especially at his age and price. It's kind of a no-brainer.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll put a pin in that for now. We will put a pin in that for now because we have a few games to get underway. Obviously, the first one is against West Ham, a team that were in second just a few weeks ago, but then absolute capitulation followed, and they dropped down the table. I mean, the last time I looked at where their position was, they were around 10th, 11th, somewhere like that. I don't know if that's where they still are. We will see. You gonna play? Mine's not. Come on, controller. Why you not do this?
It did. When you plugged it in, it did say that a new controller had been added then. Interestingly enough.
Just a favour, kick us from Parsec, because I can't actually. Usually when I click on the window, I lose control of my mouse, but it's not doing that. I'm clicking on your window, and it's almost like, oh, just as that happened, it showed up.
There we go then.
There we go. Nice. There we go.
Interesting.
So, that was bizarre. Okay. Let's have a look at how things stand then. I mean, West Ham is a team we have played against a few times in the past. Declan Rice is a player that we've looked at previously. Fish came in the stream the other day and said he's someone that we should maybe look at to bolster our defensive midfield options. Obviously, there is an ongoing conversation between Ice Cream Uploads and Wilfred Ndidi. He's a player that we want Ndidi, as I've said many, many times before. Declan Rice is someone that we did look at, but his cost is extortionate, despite the amount of work that it would take to make him even close to the levels that Ndidi is at right now. We could buy a better player in Ndidi without the effort for cheaper. So Rice is someone that we looked at, but someone that we push back on. Pablo Fornals, who's in the centre of the West Ham midfield as well. We almost had him. We were on the verge of pressing fire on the transfer. You guys in our backroom staff said, save the money, buy someone better. We don't need him. He's not necessarily what we need for the team right now. So we decided to let it go. And do you know what? It actually probably worked out for the best, because Pablo Fornals is 83 rated there. He was 85 when we looked at him. Which is why we were looking at him. He's dropped down 2 overall already. So, yes, he was a great overall player, but his stats have just plummeted. So we would have invested in stock that was depreciating in value significantly. And not only that, he didn't really add anything to us. He wasn't a goal scorer. He wasn't a passer. He was a bit of a dribbler, but we kind of have that anyway, and we needed someone to make that play in the hole where David and Mount can play. So, yeah. A lot of history with this team, and thankfully for us, a lot of good results. Anyone on that team particularly stand out to you, though, babe?
No, I think Fornals' decline is probably due to a large part of the players that are around him, really. There's only Declan Rice in that team that stands out as an absolute world beat. I mean, they've got 38-year-old Ashley Young as captain playing left-back. Lanzini has had better days. And so has Jack Wilshere. So I imagine his depreciation has probably happened due in large part the players that are around him, unfortunately. Would he have regressed as much as if he was in our team? Probably not. He may have even gone on to do better things. But having a look at the bench as well, they haven't really got much on there. They've got Gabby and Dini, but he's not, again, a prolific striker. They've bought 19-year-old Taylor Harwood-Bellis from Manchester City. He's rated 69. He's in the reserves, as well as 38-year-old Pablo Zabaleta, who's now rated 71, which breaks my heart a lot.
I mean, you
and
kind of
Fabianski in the reserves too.
You kind of respect the manager here, though, because quite often you'll play against teams like my beloved United, not West Ham, but Manchester, have absolutely no idea when it comes to transfers. They've not really strengthened their team whatsoever. The team looks abysmal when we play against them. They play out of the skin, and the likes of Lingard and Sanchez have been incredible off the bench. So they have some good strategy, but their overall tactics is just some good tactics, but their overall strategy is flawed. Whereas this, you can see what they're going for. Having the likes of Declan Rice, having the likes of Alex Vidal's and Masuaku's and
they've got Maitland-Niles on the right as well.
Yeah, so they clearly have an idea to build a team, a young team, to try and gel them all together with the experience of players like Young and Wilshere to kind of hold the hand, see it through. You can see there's a bit of logic in there, but logic can only take you so far. You kind of feel that we should be walking this one still fairly easily. I mean, Lucas Fabianski, the keeper on the bench, once again, it's another keeper that's dropped out of the team, which we will hopefully be able to exploit. But that said, I mean, they do have a lot in that midfield. Wilshere's not the player he once was, but Wilshere, Lanzini, Maitland-Niles, Pablo Fornals and Rice as the midfield, there's still enough there to cause us problems. Yeah. So, yeah.
But Chappers also makes a very good point as well. Obviously, Fornals is an attacking midfielder, but it says a lot about the way that they're set up. If your best player is playing out of position, what does that say to the rest of the team? Like, you're handicapping your best player to potentially not cause as many problems because they don't have the confidence that he'll either supply to the striker or get back to defend. It's a weird one. But anyway, in terms of our team, Jonathan David comes in to replace Mason Mount. Mason Mount will drop to the bench for this one just to try and rest him. He's still in that category 1 injury resistance, so we want to try and rest him as much as we can so we don't end up losing him for a number of games. Fingers crossed, touch wood. He hasn't actually been injured this year, and I think that's because of the rotation that we've had with the team.
I mean, having David to come in behind him, though, does make that a bit more of a possibility. Last year, we were playing Moko and Dodo kind of like interchangeable in those positions. Obviously, when Dodo came on, Foden went forward, but we didn't really have a like-for-like replacement for him, which we do now, which helps.
Mm-hmm. That is significantly. That is the only significant change that we've made in the team. We've still kept Curtis Jones and James Garner on the bench. Again, when they've come on in the last 2 or 3 games, they've actually... the pass from Garner, I think, in the last game to set up Chaloff with an unbelievable... Yeah. No one else would have seen the pass on the pitch, so they've definitely earned the positions on the bench. There was players that we brought in to potentially end up selling, so it was just a stopgap, but they are proving their worth as it stands, so keeping them on the bench is definitely something that I'd like to keep on doing if they keep on performing.
Look at that, though. Rabbi Matondo, 84 rated right winger, finds himself on the reserves bench as a 75 rated Jones gets on the actual subs bench. It shows you the difference. Jones is hitting above he's punching above his weight. I'm not saying that Jones has been playing better than Matondo, but Jones has been given more. Matondo does still play well, but for his stats, he punches down. We don't want players that are punching down. It don't matter if you're 90 rated. If you play as an 85, then you're not giving us everything. Jones is 75, but he plays as an 80. So they're about the same in that sort of sense. And that's the kind of thing that matters. He is getting rewarded for the effort that he is putting in. So we'll jump into the changing room. Obviously, pre-match. I do want to point all of your attention to it. I do it every at least once a week when we're in this changing room. But take a look up there. Top of the wall, the cream rises to the top. And do you know what? I'm saying it like you don't know. You know, we sit at the top of the Premiership. We are 6 points clear at the top of the Premiership. We're already top of our group in Europe going through with a game in hand. 2 games in hand, I think it might have been. It was, because we managed to field the young guns in Europe the other week. So the cream does rise to the top, and we've seen it once, twice, 3 times, time and again. And hopefully we can see it again today. As Ice Cream Uploads do take on West Ham at the London Stadium, or is it at the ICU Arena actually? We're at home. I can't remember.
ICU Arena.
Oh, there we go. I don't even know where I am. I'm stood in my own changing room and I don't even know. God damn it. Yeah. Can you really be worried when a team's led out by a 97-year-old Ashley Young?
Well, Graham, arguably looking at our team, we've got an 85-year-old Castolo leading the line, Premier League top goal scorer, European top goal scorer, still doing the business, so it doesn't age is just a number with some players. But yeah, Ashley Cole has definitely. It's Ashley Cole. Ashley Young has definitely played his best football previously at the likes of Man United before moving to Inter Milan. So I think he's a decent days are behind him, whereas Castolo's still firing on all cylinders.
You goddamn right he is. Let's jump out to pitch side. So just had a quick glance at the ICU team, but you know what that looks like anyway. We'll take a look at how West Ham once again setting up. I mean, that does have like 3 deep midfielders. Obviously, that's not really the way. Sky Sports haven't shown that exactly. They've gone for more like an inverted Christmas tree in the middle. They do have that flying V from the Mighty Ducks sort of formation rather than 3 deep lying midfielders. So they will be a bit more attacking than that. But as we said in the pre-match, the fact that Pablo Fornals is playing deeper and he's there. Oh, not the greatest start for Foden, and he's there. The creative outlet. I mean, are they hamstringing themselves from the off? We will see as they try to play that kick-off glitch. Dirtbags. Oh, Foden.
Foden again.
2 chances. Just needs to get his head in the game, I think.
Scored a beautiful goal in the Champions League last game. That's 3 misplaced passes now.
Phil, what are you doing, mate? You're literally the cover boy for the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, what a run.
Oh,
Chaloff.
Great ball into the channel.
Oh, I was trying to play that for Phil. Ah!
Definitely a whiff of a penalty there.
Oh, here he is. There we go. He's in the game now. That's what you want to see from him.
Say coming in from deep, but that means an all new meaning.
Yoink! Oh, Matthias Nane. I mean, he does come venturing out of defence a bit too often for my liking, but when you get him in that sort of situation, he's a Pep Guardiola sort of defender.
Oh, what a challenge!
Sturdy, but nothing wrong with that.
Seth Week coming all the way across the left-hand side of midfield from right back. Oh, Sarr, you beautiful man.
A little bit sloppy. Ice Cream probably bringing on a lot of their own issues on themselves. They're just very quick to press.
Yeah.
Oh, the right pass from Zefwick, just not the, what's the word I'm looking for? Execution. That's the one I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Oh, Zefwick
Lovely.
absolutely bossing Ashley Young.
Oh. That's a beautiful ball. Castolo coming in deep.
Just picks up the ball and scoops it out wide like it's nothing. And there he is! Oh! Oh!
Just small little flashes of brilliance there from the Ice Cream. Massive. Are they going to groove it in?
Oh. Ref! It went through him! God's sake, ref. Yeah, get it. Yeah. He knew that were going out for a throw-in. Stuck his foot through the man, but got away with it. I mean, that's what being that old gets you. It's the experience. Being able to drop a player, leave one on him, make him think about it next time, but still not get anything from it. Clever.
I mean, it's 10 years. I mean, yeah, 10 years ago, that wouldn't have been given as a foul. That would have been given as a good challenge.
Oh, McNeil! Oh! That keeper has had an absolute mare. McNeil just dinks it on target. And, I mean, was the keeper not staring at it? He was slow to react.
Yeah, it looks like the keeper's potentially thought he's going to knock that on back post, so he's stepped across to try and get the ball across the 6-yard box, but instead he's been blindsided.
You can see he's already committed to moving right here. Moves right and it's left. Ah. Gutted. I mean, that's the thing. In those situations, It's not a penalty. You shouldn't be gambling as a keeper. You should have your eyes on the shot, and he's just gone right when the shot's gone left. It's an absolute gift. McNeil will take it though. Another one on the score sheet for the freebie signing that's just here to add up numbers. And that's what he's doing, to be fair. All he does is add numbers. Goals and assists and goals and assists. Chapper's saying, oof.
What's this for?
Did they drop it?
Rolled it back. Yeah, rolled it back. Interesting. Thought he was offside, so I just skipped it.
Trying to get
past the penner.
There we go. Just trying to get Chal off, and it kept giving me. Oh!
That was dropping perfectly.
Yeah, Mini Kubo just like almost had a gift. Oh, cheeky interplay there.
To link the play up well again now. Oh, keeper's redeemed himself. Brilliant save.
Chaloff maybe not picking the right ball for Castolo there. Maybe feeding it back a little bit. He gave him a little bit too much to run onto then, but still lovely intricate play leading up to it as Phil just drops a shoulder. Oh! That is lovely. Watch this. The ball, like his first touch, you think he's just going to grab hold of it. He stood there waiting for it and then yoink! Defender stumbles. Oh! Sloppy first 5 minutes for Foden, but he's looked good since then. Looks like he's shook it off. That's what you want to see. McNeil is one of the best bloody signings in PES history, I reckon, says Chappers. You're goddamn right.
I don't think you're too wrong there.
Woo!
Oh, Kubo, you did everything right, son.
It's that Ashley Young sticking one on him earlier on. He's making him second guess himself. Like, should I take him on? Oh no, just cross it. See, that's
a bit traumatised, the lad.
Yeah.
Oh, let him wriggle past then.
Oh, but Ashley Young didn't get the last laugh then. Unfortunately, it didn't quite fall to Chaloff, but Kubo nearly making some out of it. Lovely. Lovely. Ooh, questionable pass there.
You have to look over his shoulder twice then.
Try again. There we go. Oh, lovely football here. I mean, and then they come along and do that, just interrupt the play. Oh!
Caught in possession. And the half-time whistle goes.
Not a bad half.
Not shaky in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, not the tidiest. Not the tidiest. McNeil, to be fair, you could easily see that being 1-0, even without that gift of a goal. Obviously, their keeper, schoolboy error, just overcommitting to rushing out. Clearly thinking, oh, McNeil's not going to take one of these. He doesn't score many heads. He's not going to go for it here. He's going to nut it back across the box. Just left it. Absolute gifted. But, I mean, other than that, 61% possession. You've got to feel that we're good for this. West Ham haven't really brought anything other than a little bit of dogged determination. Getting it in our faces, interrupting our play. I mean, you've seen what that's done to Foden in the early parts of the game. And what a ball! Oh. No, heavy touch! Heavy touch!
He's still got it!
I pressed past then because I was trying to tackle. I thought I'd lost it. Fuck's sake. But if I hadn't done it, I'd have well struck that. I mean, not that...
What a ball! Oh.
Not that it's a football game or anything. It's a real-life football team, so I didn't press anything. So... Phil Foden. Heard he's a bit shit. Don't hate me, Bib. You deserve that after your comment about Arsenal playing PNE next season.
There will be. At the 15th, you're not Arsenal.
Yeah. Which I found quite funny because it was just a couple of weeks ago Arsenal fans were taking the piss out of United being down in like 14th. I mean, where in 5th, and if we win our game in hand, I think it takes us to like top 3 or something like that. And we've been playing shit. Oh, well recovered. Oh, not the pass, but that'll do. Oh, lovely touch from Oh! How has he done that? Like 360 swizzle.
Vintage Castolo then.
I mean, it didn't even look like he was stood. It looked like he was just sat on one of those kitchen stools, just spinning round. Oh, McNeil goes all the way! Oh.
Same effort, really. Your run then was quality because you just moved them. You pulled their centre back out of place in with Castolo.
I love pulling him off like that so that you can finish. Ooh.
Smashing it, mate.
Gary says, let's have a bet then, babe. £100 you win.
What, did they get relegated? I'm not having that. I'll get better odds from the bookies.
I mean, I'd like, because obviously Arsenal are a big team, I'd like them to stay in the Premiership. As much as I'd like to mock the fans, I would like them to stay in the Premiership. That said... Whoa! Is that Declan Rice? No. Lanzini. Manuel Lanzini. Looks like a cheap, like a Poundland Mesut Ozil there. But no Poundland about that finish.
Before the game that his better days were behind him, and he pulls out an absolute rip snorter like that.
But yeah, I was saying about. I mean, if they do get relegated, we can talk about them playing against Preston North End, and then we can do the thing that I did to Paul Machin and ask whether they can handle their pianiness. Can Arsenal take their pianiness? Well, that was a finish and a half. Look, I mean, Manuel Lanzini just, like, what is that? Oh, he's minding his own business, blowing his nose, falls to him on the edge of the box.
Sit down first. Oh my god.
To be fair,
did his best to try and get to him.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, it was under immense pressure there. McNeil wasn't like holding back. He just tried to snap him, so they did well there. Lake says they're what? They're pianinas. I got a clip of it when I got Paul Machin to say, I got him to read it out. I mean, your next opponents are difficult to play against. Do you think you can handle their pianinas? Oof. Come on, Kubo. Large turning circle then from the youngster. I mean, is he really a youngster for us anymore? He's got to be pushing 86 now. Look at Haaland though on his bike, and just makes him. Lovely distracting dummy run then does free up Chaloff a little bit. Is what I'm going to claim was what I meant to do, and I wasn't absolutely trying to pass it to Haaland there at all. I mean, they're playing smart here. Kubo is having to do a lot of running, so he's not going to have much wind in his sails as it comes to the end of the game. As David now, just trying to do too much. Haaland did have an opportunity himself, but I mean, then again, he did also provide a little bit of a distraction that allowed David to work the gap. Oh, lovely blindsided pass. Kubo takes on Ashley Young. Oh, but Ashley Young recovers just as he tries to play the low ball in.
It's a good battle on the right there.
Oh, Phil!
Oh,
Ref! Oh, as if he's played advantage for that. Give us a free kick there, you absolute whopper.
Oh shit, Sar's come a long way to try and get that ball.
Matthias Nani's got Jack Wilshere. Oh, and he's played a decent ball, but well recovered. Do you know what? Let's punt it back up. Lovely. Oh, what? Kubo's knackered. Look at him. He's having to cover left wing. It's basically the entire left flank. So he's charging forward and dropping back. Can't fault his effort. Nice interception. Oh, lovely. Chaloff's got a lot to do there.
He does go to ground a lot. His balance must be terrible.
Oh, lovely. Oh, strength! And Chaloff!
Yes! Come on!
I mean, Chaloff to put that away is incredible, but Haaland as well, to find the space for the pass, to take the ball, a little pirouette, fling the ball through to Chalov, just gets it out of his feet and buries it.
Look how well he holds the ball up here. Brilliant.
So much pressure on him there as well.
Bang.
Oh, lovely. I mean, he's been hounded that much. You wouldn't be like angry if the ref gave a free kick there, because you'd be like, "Well, I can see it. I can see it." But to still ride those challenges and then free up Chalov, should make some changes and get rid of little Kubo now. Yeah, absolutely exhausted.
He's battered. Curtis Jones will play on the right, apparently.
Chapper says, that was all Haaland then to me. Yeah, absolutely. Getting kicked repeatedly. I mean, Reed almost knocked him off balance, and he then managed to not only get back on balance, but then knock Reed off balance, which allowed him to turn and feed the ball through. Lovely. Lovely. As we give some of the youngsters now a chance to stretch the legs.
Changing shape slightly with the DMF coming in from Ghana. There he is now. He gives the ball away instantly.
Just about to say, Foden started off weak but earned it back, so he's not been dropped as a result of his form. He's dropped just as a result of match sharpness. Let's see if we can get better from Ghana. And before I even started the sentence, he started the same way that Phil did. Oh, but there we go. That's much better. Determination to take that ball out of the air there.
Curtis Jones didn't even get a chance to open up. Fantastic result, that.
Lovely. I mean, Fornals looks gutted. McNeil opened the scoring with a gift from the man between the West Ham sticks, Manuel Lanzini, with probably the goal of the game. With the equaliser, and we had to count on substitute Erling Haaland doing what he's done so many times this season off the bench and being absolutely pivotal in that game-changing position. Obviously, he wasn't the one that scored the goal in this game, but Chalov just had it put on a play, exceptional play from the young Norwegian. But Bib, anything you want to add in?
Yes. I mean, yes, I thought we had a very slow first 20 minutes. I feel we could have potentially done a lot better than we did in terms of keeping all the possession. However, as the game went on, I thought we started to dictate play well. They only had one shot, and it went in. A phenomenal strike, by the way. He meant every single thing that happened. He brought it down, did exactly what he needed to, caught it on the volley, and the keeper had 20 other people in front of him, so he had absolutely no chance to be able to try and save that. It's a fantastic strike. Definitely a contender for goal of the season, with how much pressure was around him. But yeah, I feel like it probably was deserved in the end. It's just a shame that it taken until the 84th minute for us to be able to try and secure the 3 points.
But do you know what? We got them. We got them. It is what it is. It could have been worse. We could have dropped them. But how do the things look around us? Has anyone else dropped the points? So did they all bag 3? Do you want to take us through the results from around the grounds, babe?
Yes, of course. The game that's in live on Sky Sports Ice Cream was 2-1 win at home against West Ham United. There was a draw at Brighton as Newcastle went there, and it finished 0-0. Liverpool win 1-0 at home against Leicester City. Southampton beat Crystal Palace 4-1. Arsenal win 4-1 against Nottingham Forest. Watford go to Bournemouth and win 1-0. Chelsea at home beat Stoke 1-0. United at home in the Manchester Derby beat City 3-0. Massive result there for Man United. Tottenham go to Villa and win 2-0, whilst Everton at Goodison Park beat Wolves 2-0.
I just don't understand how United keep getting these results, because, don't get me wrong, they've got decent players, but the City have kept their spine of their league winning side in there, and United have got remnants of league contending sides. They shouldn't be smashing Manchester derbies, but then again they've come close against us, so there you go.
Well, the thing is that with that United team, they've had enough time to be able to play with each other, so they've definitely got some sort of team chemistry there.
Yeah, same lineup from 12 years ago. So let's see how the table looks then. ICU still 6 points clear at the top of the table. Liverpool, United, and Tottenham Hotspur all remain the same, so the top 4 unchanged. City do drop out of the top 5, though. Watford leapfrog them into 5th place. Leicester, Everton, and West Ham now down in 9th. So they were on a little bit of a revival, but yeah, a late goal conceded sees their mini revival put to rest again, as Chelsea and Arsenal sit on the cusp of mid-table 10th and 11th. Is there anyone down in the bottom 3 that shouldn't be there that you'd think? I mean, Newcastle down in 18th. Not that they're exceptional, but they started strong-ish this season. Very strong last season, and after the first 5 to 10 games last season, they were up in that top couple of spaces, and they've just gone free fall down the league. Luckily, they got enough points under their belt early on to avoid relegation last season, but maybe not this season. We will see how that goes, though. So that's that down. We are now back in Europe, though. UEFA Champions League and a trip to Milan. Lovely.
Nothing in the inbox. No one wants to speak to us at the moment.
Just heads down business as usual. So with that in mind, then, let's get into the pre-match press conference, as we do have our beautiful UEFA Champions League conference room set up now for the game. Ice Cream Uploads heading to Milan, a team that we brushed off pretty easily, if I'm going to be honest. It's AC Milan in name only. I mean, if you look at the team, let's bring it up on screen right now. You look at the team that we're playing against. Arkas, a player once of ICU fame, obviously pre Man and Bibi's time. He'd left the club before we took over, but he starts alongside Piatek. I mean, Piatek's a good player. Arkas has the potential to be a decent player, but beyond that, there's little in this team. Suso, Çalhanoğlu, Kessie, and Mauri in the midfield. There's a couple of bits you can work in there. I mean, their set pieces are lethal from Çalhanoğlu, but there's not much in there that inspires you. Kamara at the centre of their defence, solid player. Has been linked with us a few times, just out of our budget. Is a player that I would leap at, but other than that, not too much there. I mean, they are playing their strongest keeper, but only because they only have one keeper. Liverpool do not have a reserve keeper. Milan do not have a reserve keeper, which is bizarre. So Cragno is their only keeper. Obviously, Donnarumma has left. And does he play for Liverpool now, Donnarumma?
I think he's gone to Liverpool, yeah, because they had like Ederson, Alisson, and Donnarumma.
Yeah, like ridiculous. I mean, the only thing you can see here, though, for this Milan team is whilst that's flat, boring 4-4-2 or 4-2-2-2 formation as it comes up on the screen there, whilst that is a bit flat and boring, that is a kind of formation that we do struggle against. And if you look at what they do have off the bench, Lucas Paqueta, an attacking midfielder, 84 rated, one of their best players, who isn't on the bench. But as well as that, Rafael Leao and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. So they don't necessarily have all of the options in the world, but they do have good attacking options. So if they change their formation and go attack-minded to a 4-3-3, they could be so much more lethal against us than they are. But we're not really bothered about them that much because we're just going to focus on our own game plan. And our own game plan is absolutely not our own game plan. Isn't that right, Bib?
That's correct, yeah. I think in terms of the players that we've got and the large squad that we tried to build over time, swapping and changing players is definitely going to be crucial this year with us playing over 60 games. That's a lot of wear and tear on the players playing every Saturday, Wednesday. So bringing in we've already qualified. We've got nothing to lose here, barring 3 points, but that means absolutely nothing to us at this point. So bringing in the players, the fringe players like Garner, like Jones, Nene as well, we haven't seen for a while. Same as Isak, they're all going to come in to try and do something for us. Matondo is definitely, I don't want to say he's in the shop window, but he needs to put some performances in for him to still be recognised as part of this ice cream team going forward.
Yeah, only thing to mention with Matondo is we have changed his training regime recently, so he's been more focused on building the other areas of his game. But maybe it's going to be too little too late. Maybe he's had his time, and like you say, time in the spotlight, and he's moved out the spotlight into the shop window. I mean, he could move back, but he needs to perform on the pitch. We can't just sit around and wait for him to become the player that He should be, because I mean, if that was the case, then Ravel Morrison would be a superstar by now, and that's not just the way that football works. So, if anyone has any more questions before we head out to the pitch to join the players, then please feel free. We are obviously in Milan. We expect a pretty intense atmosphere. The San Siro is an intense place to begin with, but this Milan team need a result. If they get the win, they could qualify for the next round of the UEFA Champions League. We're playing our young team, and we don't need anything from this. So expect it to be intense. I mean, the only situation where I can't see that being the case is if the pressure gets to the Milan squad. If they come out and just a couple of misplaced passes, it could eradicate any composure they've got and just give the game to us. That's what we hope for. But you know what? It would be nice to see an end-to-end attacking game. Hopefully, that's what we have for us today.
San Siro, stunning ground.
Beautiful. Although not in person. It's actually ugly as hell. It was... The San Siro reminds me of, like, that Seedorf, Gattuso, Kaká, Inzaghi, and Maldini, and Kaka Kaladze, and all the players, Didas, and so on. That sort of generation of Champions League football on ITV on a Tuesday and a Wednesday night kind of thing. Yeah. Like, oh yes, and it was always a stadium that I wanted to go to. And when I went 2016, I think it was, and it's just ugly concrete and dirty. It's just not what you expect it to be, which is a shame. But that is the reason why it's going to be renovated and completely replaced over the next few years. There are plans to trash it and turn it into like a mega stadium, which hopefully it has the personality. So whilst it is ugly, once the stadium filled up and you don't see the dirt and you don't see the concretey stuff and you just see the building and the atmosphere, it's incredible. It is an incredible place there. Hopefully we can see a bit of the dirt today, because that will make it easier on our players. We have a lot of young players playing today in the San Siro against a Milan team that needs a result. It's a lot to ask of anyone, let alone a C team. Some good players in our team though. Garner, Nene, we've just seen both of them. Both new in this season. Add a little bit of youth to our team, and both have played very, very well in their own individual games. Both able to find the back of the net as well, despite being midfielders. Both scored more than once.
Lovely ball.
Oh, lovely. Nice.
Great play.
Matondo and Nene linking well together. Oh, Nene dropping a shoulder as Isak. First touch! Oh, lovely
that
play.
Was class.
Yoink!
Literally sent Arcas for a hot dog.
He sat him on his arcas.
Big win. Saar losing out in the air. I don't see that very often. Oh, terrible touch by Matondo. Surprisingly.
I mean, that's it. It's tale of two players in one player. That build up, he was heavily involved in the build up there, and then just goes and does that straight after. Oh, determination to keep the ball in, and I see you. Everyone just pulling well together. As Nene! Oh!
I thought the deflection took it into the top bin.
I mean, it might be called Nene, but he was nearly the architect of something there. And if it had gone in, it'd have let his body groove. Let the man knock it. No, me? No? Just okay, fine, whatever. Almost. As Rabbi Matondo!
Unmarked. Unmarked.
Heads it down, which is nice, but Not even. I mean, even if that had been on target, the man on the post would have picked that up, surely. His decision-making
So.
just... It reminds me of Moise Keane. Like, so much raw talent, but just unpolished.
Yeah.
Oh, Arcas.
Arcas.
Oh. What was it I said?
Finish.
Sit him on his Arcas. That's exactly what he had done to him by Nene, but my God.
Chairman's disgusted. He's wondering how he's been rolled. How is it Sarr that ended up getting rolled then?
Oh,
Yeah.
look at that.
Far too easy.
And then through the legs as well of James Justin. That is filth. Absolute filth. And just to remind you as well, obviously, this is a player that used to play for ICU's academy a million years ago. He left the team before we joined. In reality, what I mean is he's a Master League default, and we've got, the ICU team and stuff, so that's why he don't play for us. But played for our youth team, left at an early age, never played senior football for us. So it's not like he's got a grudge to bear, but he's showing what we potentially missed out on by letting him go early on. I mean, we didn't, the club did. It was the managerial team before us.
Great left foot strike on him.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'd gone past the keeper before he could even see it.
What was that? Questionable pass from Jones then. Maybe a miss kick. Oh. All just a bit sloppy for ICU now. I mean, this is kind of not what we wanted. I mean, kind of is for the neutral, but from ICU's perspective, we knew they would have a bit more fight in them. We wanted to kind of like strangle their game earlier on and just put them out of it, but obviously Milan are not having it, and ICU just a bit sloppy. Rip headphone users, says Gary. In what sense? What are you? Is that against my architect's Nene? Let the body groove. You gotta let the body. No, okay, never mind.
I think it was when you screamed when Arcas scored.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Is the pressure getting to them now? I mean, they can taste. Go on. Say it.
I was going to say the centre back's got the willies on him.
Oh. Some nice pressure from ICU here. I mean, we're not. Yeah, I mean, we're not getting hold of the ball, but we're keeping them at bay. Oh, Nene dropping a shoulder again.
Oh, great ball.
Matondo! Oh. There's one time you just want him to find the corner. I mean, that would have massively helped his stock there. But yeah, like you say, strong hands, keeper. Oh, Jones! Castolo's been absolutely wrestled, manages to break away, finds the pass, but doesn't get the target that he was hoping for.
Nene's been instrumental this first half. It's been fantastic.
Oh, just a bit flimsy. Castolo's furious with himself. Just tried to wrap it, but couldn't get any height off the ball as it pretty much rolled in. Garner, he's been good as well. Both him and Nene have been incredible in this game. I know we're a goal down, but definitely got some good caliber players on the bench there. I mean, that does start to bring into question, is Dodo's... Oh, big win. Is Dodo's place in the team needed anymore? I mean, Garner has been incredible. If we're going to bring in Ndidi and we need to lose a player, who do we get rid of? Oh! Just a yard more pace from Isak.
Brilliant run again by Matondo. When he gets going and he's sprinting with the ball at full speed, it's very difficult for many fullbacks to be able to try and pick him up.
Absolute blistering pace. Big win. Big win.
That'll do.
Big win. Big win,
on,
lads.
See if we can try and get a goal before half time. That'll be fantastic.
Oh, just crush their spirits. Let them go in with their heads down.
No,
Oh.
Costello! Look, he's slipping over before he even get the ball out of his feet.
Oh,
Matondo was gone
Arcas.
again.
Oh, Arcas just shrugs off Sarr again. Leaves Kessie in all the space, but a big block from Garner. And is that a penalty?
I think it might be. I wasn't even controlling Rasmussen. I think it was Sarr in the middle, so I slid to try and block the ball. And just as I press slide, it gave me
never.
nanny.
Never. It was the hand. It was the hand as well. Oh.
Why did it switch my player?
Even that, he slid away from him. He's dived, he's touched your hand and just thrown himself to the floor. Milan, absolutely loving life. Could Milan be in the knockout stages of the Champions League? The chairman, G and the fans on, Hakan Çalhanoğlu. We did mention his set pieces and the danger that he has before the game. I mean, we weren't expecting him to get one from such a close range, but you don't save those. Even if the keeper had gone the right way, it's difficult to even stop that.
Nah, not the first half we wanted. Where are they walking to? Oh, downstairs.
He's going to speak to the cameraman.
Yeah.
As the keeper now talking to his team. That's it, boys. 2-0. These are supposed to be the big dogs. Bossing it in England. Something about calling the all the other leagues in Europe farmers' leagues. Go on, show them what farming's like. Yeah, give them a full game of Farmville. Think about it, boys. Wave your hands around. You know, wax on, wax off. Clap your hands. Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Those gloves are awful.
Yeah. Milan, the better team. 2-0. Better possession. Need a bit more from the ICU boys. Obviously, this is only the C-string team. It's not a ready-made Champions League side, and it shows in a little bit. I mean, we've had some flashes of brilliance, but it's definitely not a team that's comfortable enough to win the Champions League. Let's put it that way. We're under no illusion that that is the team we're playing today. Nobody's thinking that. Oi! Oh, lovely run from Nene. Nice ball in.
Oh. A lot to do here.
Got a lot of players back in their half. Just playing 8 men in their half as well as the keeper. Just 2 up front and then that long ball. Clearly not willing to stretch. They don't need to. 2 goals comfortable in Champions League. Potentially into the next round. Oh, lovely! Lolo!
Oh, Castolo! Oh. I don't think this is going to be ice cream's night. I genuinely don't. Castolo doesn't miss those. He does not miss those, and he's missed it. He's just opened his foot up too much in his body.
It's just his body shape was perfect until that split second where he goes a little bit too far. Oh, unfortunate. I mean, that's what happens when you can get 2 experienced players like Isak and Castolo playing together. A few years of playing together and it shows. When you can see that from the off. I mean, Nene plays above his level at times, but it's just all a little bit scrappier. You get 2 players of that caliber together and you can see what can happen. Oh. I mean, let's not forget...
There's a lot of problems up there.
Just how yeah, I'm going to say, let's not forget just how good Piatek is. He can shoot, he can pass. Yeah, phenomenal. Big save that from Svilar. Nice clearance.
Ooh.
Oi!
Looking out wide. Still a long way to go in this half. Oh, even longer with fucking balls like that. Shit me.
No idea what Justin was going for there. He must have seen a gap. Bit better now, ICU building. Costolo making a break. And he doesn't miss those, though. I mean, that was arguably harder.
Last one. Sorry, harder, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, boys, get the ball.
I mean, it was a bit of a flatter shot, but you had less of an angle to work. He had less of an angle to work with there, and he still manages to put it away. The last one, on the run, keeper sprawling. Yeah, just gets it and digs it, and little backlift, puts it away. Castolo-esque.
Game on, shouts Gary. Big time.
Game on. Oh, Nene just being held on. I mean, number of the crowd looking at the ref there as Matondo intercept. No, it was Sarr. Never mind. I'm going to say intercepts his own teammate and almost plays into trouble. Bit of a hospital ball for Matondo, who manages to pick it up but still gives it away because Matondo things.
$70 minutes on the clock. 20 left.
Could this be a famous night for ICU and a crushing night for AC Milan? The Italian team have been in charge, at least on the score sheet and possession in the first half. I mean, in terms of attacking manoeuvres and important plays, a little bit too much shown there from Nene, but good covering from Garner. He has been wonderful as Garner. Another player like McNeil that I didn't expect that much from. Tried to play that through to Isak as well, but because Nene was there, just like, here you go. Ghana!
15 minutes left.
Oh, lovely covering play. Every gap Rodriguez had was covered there. Zlatan Ibrahimovic enters the pitch. Whew. Who else came on? I'm trying to see. Rodriguez for Theo Hernandez. So Ibrahimovic and Hernandez, two big players. I mean, two of their big...
must be 43 now on this.
He's got to be something. You know he's got to be lethal, though. Some big changes from ICU. Chaloff. And I didn't see who else came on.
Kubo. Great ball.
All the space. And he does it! Oh! I don't know!
Shoot! Oh, I did everything right! Stupid bastard!
Oh!
I just had to pull the trigger.
Oh! Malang Sarr, Ibrahimovic, of 360 no scope, blindside pass. Oh no!
Lovely ball.
Oh, not the one I was going for, but that's lovely! Oh!
The keeper's made a world-class save there.
I mean, imagine if that's your keeper. 90th minute and that. Shouts from the back room as Gagad's saying Jones should have put his laces through it, but it's alright as Garner has an opportunity. Oh, just couldn't get there.
That was
phenomenal ball. Don't think the defender at the near post, Hernandez, expected it. Just went whizzing past him as we tried to steal a couple of yards, and drops the ball. David now, can he deliver something? Kubo, no, heavy touch of a player that's been on the pitch from the very first minute, but some of the freshest legs out there, and that's
Brilliant game of football for the neutral.
I mean, huge result for Milan. The players look happy. Is it enough for them to go through? I mean, the fact that they're not crying makes me think they might have done it, but let's see. Let's see. Oh. Post-match interview. Frustrating to play so well throughout big periods of the game. Milan played well as well, so I'm not going to take that away from them. Obviously, they found the back of the net pretty early on, and twice. So we did well to get back into the game on, and we definitely had opportunities to put the game to bed. Jones definitely had one of them, but I mean, he's young. Yeah. He's young. He's played very few games this season. In fairness to him, his last game of the Champions League, he bagged a brace, so he can't really be angry that he didn't manage to put one away this time. Chalov had just as good a chance, as did Lolo. We could have won this game, but you know, it's one of those. It's a game of fine margins. It didn't happen like that, and Milan got themselves some points. It remains to be seen whether that is enough for them. Anything you want to add about that game, Bib?
Yeah, I mean, it's a typical European night where form kind of goes out the window. I'm not ashamed of anyone in that team today. I think for a completely changed first 11, there was a lot of young lads in there that are trying to gain that European experience coming up against the teams of Milan's stature. I think a lot of them did themselves proud today. I think Jones probably should have shot, and I think he knows deep down he did, but he's young. He doesn't want to be seen as the greedy player that's just shooting from anywhere. He wanted to try and make sure that he's playing in more experienced players that may know how to find gaps more than he did, but it's just one of them days. We shouldn't have been 2-0 down at the time. It's unfortunate, but yeah, the result kind of reflects the game in that respect. Milan played really, really well. They kept the ball really, really well. They were just moving it about constantly, trying to work gaps. And Piatek caused us a lot of problems today. So did Arcas. So yeah, it's a very, very good game for us. Unfortunately, we ended up losing it, but it was already through. It was a tough game for us.
Just changing the lighting because King Bob, thank you very much for the following, for the follow, should I say? Very much appreciate it. Just breaks the green screen, but we appreciate it. Thank you very much for being here, dude. No, I agree. The only thing I'd say on the Jones bit is obviously you can never get the happy medium off the bat. I mean, you want a player to have that ruthless, selfish cutting edge that makes you a good goal scorer, but you want someone to be part of a good team. Jones played the team ball there, whereas he probably should have been more selfish. That will come with time. Playing against Milan Absolutely. In games that important, it'll come. Anyway, speaking about games that important, there was a lot of important games today, Bib. Do you want to take us through the results?
Indeed, so the game that you're seeing here live on BT Sport, Milan at the San Siro beat Ice Cream Uploads 2-1 for their first defeat of the European campaign. Porto go to Young Boys and get a 1-0 win, so I'm very interested to see how this group will work out in a minute. PSV go to Real Madrid and pick up a 1-0 win, massive result for them. Galatasaray go to Celtic and also pick up a 1-0 win. Again, very interested to see how that group turns out. I
think that result might even put Madrid out. Were they like in third or something?
Yeah, they was third. Yeah, Celtic were fourth, I think.
Oh, wow.
So PSV and Galatasaray could have potentially gone through with that one, so very interested in a minute to see what that looks like. Bayern Munich get a 2-0 win against Shakhtar. Krasnodar. Yeah.
Cantona. 5 Krasnodars.
A 1-0 win at the Etihad against Benfica. And what is that name there, Graham? Who got the 1-0 win?
Well, Dinamo Zagreb lost. I'm not sure. Who was it that scored, Bib?
It was Olympic Lyon. The 1-0 win against Zagreb.
You'll love to see it.
PSG go to Atletico Madrid and win 1-0. Bayer Leverkusen beat Copenhagen 2-0. Inter draw against Barcelona. Very good game there. I'm sure that is another dodgy group, so we're very interested to see how that one goes through. Genk beat Leicester 2-0.
I think Genk might even qualify as a result of that, which means that either Inter, Barca or Leicester are going home while Genk go through. Wow.
Ajax win 3-1 against Zenit. Olympiacos ended up drawing against Fenerbahce. Man United at home against Juve win 4-1. Massive result for them. I'm fairly certain that takes them through. And Basel gets a 0-0 draw against Sporting.
So remember, our group, Porto and Milan, both winning by 1 goal. Let's see how that actually impacts then as Milan do go through. The points was enough for them. Obviously, no points in that game. If we'd have managed to bag a couple of those chances, they may have gone through on goal difference. I don't know what their head-to-head was with Porto, but Porto did all they could, and Milan just did a little bit more. 10 points. Ice Cream Uploads, a team that had only conceded 3 goals in 5 games previously, conceded 2 in the last one, the first non-win in the group. It doesn't. That's just enough to see Milan through. I mean, we were saying it's not a Milan side. It's a Milan side in name only, but at least they had the heart and the passion that you'd expect from an AC Milan side. So lovely to see as we jump through the groups then. So confirmation, look at that. Real Madrid. I mean, even before that, actually 9 points. Yeah, but Real Madrid were already out. It was already done. We didn't check it after the last game. So yeah, we looked at it before the last game. But Real Madrid, Celtic, both out of the Champions League as PSV and Galatasaray stroll into the next round. Who would have predicted Galatasaray topping that group? Incredible.
I tell you what, you got some good odds on that.
Absolutely. Not a single loss on the way as well. They lost less games than us. God damn it. As Slavia Praha and Shakhtar Donetsk both go home, Krasnodar and Bayern Munich comfortable winners in that group. Next group sees City, 6 games, 6 wins, 12 goals scored, no goals conceded, an absolute walk in the park.
Yeah.
And Benfica go through, Zagreb go home, and who's the other team that goes on, babe?
Olympique Lyon.
Olympique Lyon. Yes. I mean,
I'll have to wait till next season to be able to say that again.
So, goal difference not going their way. Head-to-head, you have to imagine not going their way as well. Benfica stroll through, as do PSG and Bayer Leverkusen. Atletico Madrid did have it within their grasp.
Miles away.
2 games to play, but then that's it, just capitulation. A huge gap. Almost 2 full wins between second and third. And there you go, confirmation! Wow!
We knew it was going to be tight in that one. We did state that would have been one of the groups of death. And my God, have they got some good talent leaving the Champions League there.
I mean, we've said, we all know Barcelona haven't been the team that they once were over the last few years in world football. But to be knocked out of the Champions League, the likes of Antoine Griezmann, Gerard Piqué, Ter Stegen, not even mentioning Lionel Messi, all leaving the Champions League in the group stages as Genk progressed to the next round. That's incredible. Inter Milan topped the group by only 1 point. A very close group. 10, 9, 8 and 7. 1 win is the difference between last and first in that group. Things you love to see. The next group, Ajax and Olympiacos both go through. Fenerbahce close and Zenit a little bit adrift. Not too surprising. Maybe you could have interchanged any one of the 2 teams that have dropped out for Olympiacos, but I think Ajax top in the group is kind of what you'd expect there. It's Group D. United, the win against Juventus does give them daylight at the top. 13 points on the board as Juve get absolutely slapped. Was it 3 or 4-1 or 4-0 or something in the last game?
4-1 it was, yeah.
And Sporting and Basel can't do anything. Fate was already sealed before that game kicked off, so it was just bragging rights, and United have them. And there we go. Confirmation of all the groups as Ice Cream. 5 games, 1 loss, and Milan join us in the next round. Woo! Steel Bonsai says, enjoy the rest of your day, lads. Got to go up the ICU. Stay frosty. Thank you very much, dude, for joining us here. You never know. We may be in touch with you shortly, because we are going to do our prize draw shortly. Oh, I say shortly, I mean like imminently. So, if you win, we will be in touch. Nice. Thank you very much for being here, dude. Much appreciate anyone joining us through the stream. But yeah, big performance there from AC Milan. I mean, I'd like it for us to win. I'd always like it for us to win. I'm never going to want us to lose. But if you are going to lose a game, you don't mind it being against a team that has their back against the wall and pulls out all the stops for their fans. It's a good story for football. It's not a great story for ICU, but it's a good story for football. So, things you love to see. Things you love to see. Anyway, we do have 1 game left, but before we jump into that, obviously we play Spurs at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium or White Hart Lane or whatever it's called these days. I don't know. Spurring ground, whatever it is. I don't know. Yeah. We'll jump onto that shortly. Before that, though, if you are an Ice Cream Uploads subscriber. If you're here live on Twitch, or if you're not live, you watch it on YouTube, you don't even have to watch it. You just need to be a sub. If you're a sub, and that could be a tier 1, a 2, a 3, or even a Prime Gaming sub, it doesn't matter. All subs are equal in our eyes because you guys support us. Obviously, if you do jump up to tier 2 and 3, that is incredible. But you don't even need to be a 1. Just anyone that does support us, though, does help very, very much. And as a result of you guys supporting us, we like to support you. So we have a little thing called the Loot Drop, which is our way of giving back to you. Last month, we gave away a copy of FIFA. Was it last month? Oh,
yes, it was, yeah.
And then the month before, we did something else. I can't remember what that was. But this month, we are giving away a copy of Cyberpunk 2077. The game is not out. So not only do you get a copy of it, you have the comfort and knowledge of knowing that you don't even need to go out and buy it. You're going to have one sorted for you already. I mean, the only caveats are you may not get the game on launch day, depending on how we get hold of it. If we can get download codes, then we'll buy you a code and pass you a code, and you can get it digitally. Jobs are good. And if we have to get it physically, we naturally need to buy it and post it out to you. So it may take a little bit of a delay, but it's free. It's free. So it is what it is. So yes, if you haven't been here before, you won't have seen this. As he presses it and waits 5 seconds for it to pop up on the screen. Oh, there we go! Ta-da! This is the Ice Cream Uploads spin wheel. And yes, that is Haunter at the top in place of an arrow. Don't know why. It's just the way that Streamlabs had it pre-programmed, and who am I to change it? Haunter's a Pokemon. We like Pokemon. It's good. So we are going to flick the switch on the spin wheel. Everyone that is a subscriber and is in our Discord and has their accounts linked has been added to the wheel. As you can see, there's a good chunk of names around there, but not a shitload. So your odds of winning aren't horrendous. You have a good chance of winning by getting your name in the draw. And special shout-outs to Gary Clark and Magic Man, who have added their names to that wheel during this stream. We very, very much appreciate it. Thank you very much. But for everyone else, the votes, adding your name is now closed, as we are going to hit a spin on the wheel to see who this month's winner of the loot drop is. As I just roll back up, where's my spin wheel? There it is. Any last words,
everyone?
Oh, I'm going to say any last words before we do the draw bit, but you've done it already. Nice. So with that sentiments, good luck, and the wheel spins now. Congratulations, Gagad! Hey!
Well done, lad.
Sweet. Things you love to see. Gagad was in the stream. I don't know if you're still here, Gagad, but if you are, congratulations. Let us know your format of choice, and we will get you hooked up with a copy of Cyberpunk 2077. PC, PlayStation, Xbox, let us know, and it's yours. It's yours. So, I appreciate you being here. I mean, you're in almost every stream anyway, so we appreciate that in general, but it's nice to be able to give a little bit something back. For everyone else, yeah, don't worry about it. We've got another loot drop coming.
He's in the chat.
Hey! There you go. There you go.
Great style.
Cheers, guys. You're welcome.
Message either me or Graham on Discord, and we'll try and figure it out.
Yeah. Like I said, well, if you prefer it like digitally or something like that, then or disc-wise, let us know what you'd prefer. Not that it will necessarily be that way. We might have to go a certain way over another kind of thing, but we will try to accommodate however we can. But either way, whatever happens, you will have a copy of Cyberpunk 2077 on the platform of your choice. So GG's, Gagad, thank you very much, dude. Much appreciate the support. Every single one of you as well. For those of you that didn't win, sadly we can't give everyone gifts because we wouldn't be able to do this. But you know what? We appreciate it. Now I've got to decide if I want it for myself or one of my sons. Make them fight it out. I mean, do I love son A or son B? Who's better? There's only one way to find out. Fight! Harry Hill reference.
Well, I mean, if they did want it for Christmas, then you just saved yourself 60 quid, mate. So, I mean, 70 quid if it's a new gen console one. So, yeah, save yourself some money, lad.
Yeah. So, yeah, we will sort that. Congrats once again, Gaga. Enjoy, dude. Yes, okay, enough excitement. Let's get back into some excitement, as I've got the sun in my eyes, as you can see. The line going straight down. I don't know why. I mean, don't ask questions. Just accept it for what it is. The window is behind me in this room. I don't know why. But all of a sudden, I've got light on me from the front. I don't know. Just dodgy design in the stadium, but it is what it is. Okay, I see you have one more game we've mentioned already, and that is at Tottenham. But before we look at that, I'm hearing we have some messages, babe.
Yes, for some reason, Anderlecht think they can afford mine and your wages and decided to approach us as managing their club. Yes, a no from us. But Sar's learnt a new skill, which means that we can put him into training. We can put someone into training again.
Oof, oof. Just while we look at the training first, I'm just going to quickly nip out here. If you're new here, this is the ICU arena. Are we really going to ditch that? I mean, we're currently in the knockout stages of the Champions League, top of the Premier League, and still running strong in the FA Cup, a cup that we won last year. Are we really going to give all that up to go to manage RSC Anderlecht or whatever it's called? I don't think so. I mean, we appreciate the questions and the support and that, but Anderlecht, nah, mate. Okay, we need to drop a skill onto one of our players then.
There's actually nothing.
Yes,
touch for Foden, but there's literally nothing in the middle. Track back, gamesmanship, long throw, no look pass. That's just obviously.
It's just. I mean, it's nice, but it's a cosmetic change. It doesn't change anything other than the way the pass looks. Gary Clark says the ICU Arena looks very much like the AT&T Stadium, home of the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, I've heard that many times, Gary. And you know what? We have had our legal teams looking at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium because our plans were drawn up long before their stadium was ever built. Not that I know when that was. I'm assuming it's in Dallas. But yeah, for now we're going to hold off legal proceedings. But yeah, a few people have said that. And do you know what? All I can say is, you know what? Thank you to Dallas because they say... what is it to say? Imitation is the cheapest form of flattery, or something like that. So yeah, appreciate. We're flattered. Thank you for imitating us. Cheers, guys. But yeah, so skills. I mean, heading. Who are you thinking for heading?
I think Nani. I mean, Chalov, I don't think has got a great jump anyway, so it'd be a waste.
And we don't really play balls into the strikers. Anyway, yeah. Other than set pieces, we don't really play high balls in for strikers. So I agree, Chaloff not having it. The only other one that came to mind is pretty much the same thought process. If it's not heading, track back, but for the same player.
Yeah.
So I would say, I mean, pick whichever one you think is best. I'm happy to get Nani because he's definitely. I mean, do you know actually? I think what you're doing now, I think is probably the right call because we've said he's a really good player. He's definitely our first choice centre back pairing with Sarr. But he likes to run out of the box. Maybe track back will help when he goes on his little
jump
adventures.
As well, so it works, but it's worthwhile.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and it's only 30 days as well. The other one was 45, so.
Well, we could do back to back if we don't get anything else, which will add to him and bolster our defensive options. So that'd be nice. So one game left.
Have you got time to play this, or do you have to go and pick Chloe up today?
No, it's fine. It's only Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So when I was in school, we always finished at the same time every day, but Chloe's school finishes later on Monday and Tuesday, but then an hour earlier on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Monday's usually fine.
Sweet.
But yeah, we do face off now against the best team in North London, apparently. Tottenham Hotspur, apparently the current North London champions. I think that's the phrase that is official. So Tottenham are champions of North London. I'm going to keep saying this until Gary calls me a twat in the chat. I love you, Gary. So yeah, Tottenham Hotspur. I mean, this is more like it. This is a team that have bolstered their options. Obviously, you've got players like Dele Alli, Son Heung-min, and Harry Kane. Obviously, wonderful players, but they've definitely added extra bits of flair in there. Dries Mertens is not as good as Harry Kane, but he offers you a different play style, so you can't fault having Dries Mertens in there. Brandon Williams being bought at left back. You kind of think, okay, that's a weird choice. I
was looking at him as well.
Yeah. As a lowest, like a team in the lower end of the table, a 77 rated left back's not a bad option. But they've plumped on him despite having like 3 right backs and only 1 left back. You're thinking, okay, you kind of need to strengthen there. But do you know what? Fair play to them. They've got a player that they want to build into the next best left back in the league, which they're giving a try there. I mean, the only decision making I would say that's questionable, and I think everyone would say the same thing, is they got rid of Hugo Lloris. We played against Spurs 4 times, and he only played against us once. So there was clearly something wrong there in the dressing room, and they got rid of him. Kawashima and Alex Smithers, they definitely aren't on his level, though. Even Tekin, who I don't even know who that is, who's their best keeper, and he's on the reserves bench. None of them are Premiership level starting keepers. They've got some good ideas. They have the likes of Eriksson, Mora, and Mertens offering pace off the bench. But I mean, that doesn't mean anything when you're starting keeper and your ending keeper is just gonna leak, and that's hopefully what we can have. That said, Harry Kane can score goals for fun from any part of the pitch, so we'll see how it goes. Gary says, haha,
we've only made one change, Graham.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Mikalenko's coming at left back as Alphonso Davies isn't feeling too clever today. That's the only change we've made.
Let's have a quick look at this then. So you can see how Spurs lined up. Obviously, I was running through that. I didn't even realise that it wasn't on screen, but there you go. Oh, we've just lost Bib as well. So, yeah, you can see how Spurs stack up that 4-5-1, or a 4-2-3-1, as it comes up on the formation. They definitely want to feed everything through Harry Kane, which is not surprising. The only bit that caught me off guard was when Bibb said we'd only made one change, and I was thinking, shit, we've only just played a C team, but it means from the A team. I get you. So I was thinking we were still going to be playing Jones and Garner and everyone. But we're going to get smashed.
My call dropped out again then.
Yeah, I heard that bit then. So we'll get set for the last game of the stream. Obviously, feel free to join us in the pre-match press conference. As this guy's got the brightest flash in the world still. I mean, mate, you must be in business with the Energizer Bunny, because that camera flash has been bright for 4 seasons now. I mean, do the batteries not run out in it? My God. I wonder if...
Luna Stadium is looking pretty.
Actually, I'm going to see if I can pop the flash on his camera. There you go. That's what you get. It's back on again. Very nice. Okay, that's enough. John, get out on the pitch. Brandon Williams wearing that number 3 shirt. Clearly, Spurs believe in the youngster. Picking him up from United. United's allegiance to Luke Shaw. It's probably seen Williams want to get more regular playing time, and Spurs have given it to him. He's their starting left back, given the number 3 shirt, and has no competition by a long stretch. So, I mean, statistically on paper, not the strongest left back in the league, but if they've got that much faith in him, then maybe it could come out to cause us some problems, especially if he's playing back up to Son Heung-min. His pace could mean that we're more distracted by him, freeing up Son, which, if Son's free, Harry Kane's free. So it could be a good move from Spurs. Mm-hmm. That said, does Brandon Williams look like the best wide player on the pitch? Does Zefwik? That's a Zefwik reference, by the way. Zefwik, he's playing against him, and he'll have something to say about that whole situation. We do welcome Mason Mount back into the team for the first time on this stream, though. Hopefully he's raring to go match sharp, because when he's on his game, very, very few people can play as well as him in that attacking midfield position.
Oof.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Forced him out wide. Well done, Nanny.
You'll love to see that. You'll love to see that. And there he is again. Nice. Comfortable possessive play from Ice Cream. Oop. Expansive. Not the pass. Oh. Not the pass you'd expect to see there.
Hello, Phil.
Big Philly style. Oh, tracking back very deep there. Oh! Oh!
Oh, what a save!
Kubo with that cheeky back heel. I mean, where did that come from?
That wasn't the ball that I wanted, but hey ho.
Oh, McNeil almost made it though. And Spurs now with the back heels. Feels like we're watching Soccer Aid. Everyone just pulling out all the little touches rather than actually playing football.
Can't wait to see Ben Shepherd go sliding in a minute.
Boris Johnson to smash one of the guys from One Direction. Oh, lovely from Kubo. Oh! Oh!
Why was that animation so late?
Lovely from Kubo. As Spurs just switched to attacking fullbacks, or was that us?
No, that's them.
Yeah, Spurs switching to attacking fullbacks then. Could give extra space to Kubo. I mean, he's already had a bit of success in that position. Woo! Ref, come on. Absolutely dropped him. Oh, well done. Yoy. See, that's what Harry Kane can do. He's just an absolute traction engine.
Literally out of nowhere.
Just boom.
No one.
Oh! Oh! Out of nowhere! Oh!
Who played that ball then? Is that Mikolenko?
I think so.
Oh my god. What a ball.
Yoink.
Sets of woodwork getting tested early doors, see if it's still if it actually works or it's just fucking paper mache. Oh!
Oh! Oh, big run. Oh, I thought you'd done enough to just take it off his toes then. Oh, you did then though. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh! Oh, lovely.
Oh. Was it facing that? Oh my god, no. No, 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 no.
Keeps! Oh!
Yes!
Fuck me! Look at Kane's face, he looks furious.
Oh god.
Wonderful goalkeeping. Keeper just made himself big. The slightest deflection is enough to see it roll wide. Woo! Oh, don't let them score from this now. That would just be heartbreaking after such wonderful play. And Malang Sarr.
Is that a new heading trait he's got?
Oh, Zefwick.
Lovely.
Not really the clearance you'd expect, but you know, he got it out. It's fine. It's a pressure though. As Dele Alli almost strolls through the middle and offside. A little bit of a gift. I mean, there were questions about how this number 4 does find himself in the starting lineup. He's clearly a step below everyone else, and it shows just from that positional awareness. Everyone on Spurs have just been in the right position to make use of any mistimed pass, any scuffed ball, and he's just stood yards offside waiting for play to catch up with him. Oh!
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't want to tackle him anyway. I wanted it to change play just as about to pass.
Well in.
Mason.
Oh.
Big Philly style, stood in all that space. Why are you trying to pass it up to the wing? Oh, good through ball there is Gary Kane.
Well in.
Lovely. Takes the pace off it, allows him to keep the pressure on, but well pressured. No. Oh, lovely. Lovely from Nane.
Anywhere but outside the 18-yard box, please.
Harry Kane questionably on the set pieces once again. And Nani with an improvised header.
Oh, what is that? He must. I think he was bollocks by the time he hit that. Terrible. Ah, good first half though. For both
Exciting,
teams.
yeah. Spurs definitely look like a team that are competing to get to the top of the table. Obviously, a win here will take them up to potential second place in the league and dissolve some of the gap that we have. And do you know what? They look good for it. I mean, Harry Kane from millimetres away, but that said, Chaloff at the other end almost did the exact same thing.
Been a very good game of football.
Oh, just stolen off his toes. How's he managed to get that?
Wait for the Castolo spin.
Oh, questionable. Oh. It's not often you see McNeil playing balls like that. Oh, 360 no scope.
So good.
Back to keeps. Oh, press again. Just like, oh, lovely. You absolutely love to see that. First time, just asked a bit too much of Lolo there. Ball stays in though.
No one coming short. Oh, it doesn't need to. Can't get hold of fucking Mount. Look at how many people have got back on the edge of the area there.
Oh, a bit too direct there. Better off playing that to Mount. Oh, and another one too direct. Just flat passing here now from ICU. All that pressure and just allowing it to dissolve.
Crowd are just eagerly anticipating something to happen. Everyone's starting to go a bit no singing basically.
Oh, what a ball. Oh, saw it. If you could have slotted that through, it has changed defence to attack in one pass. Ref! You've been good all game so far, ref. How are you pulling that back?
Time to create some space with the big man. I think they're doing the same as well. Dele Alli for Mertens.
A bit of a deflection.
Oh, what a save.
Good reaction from the keeper there. Who was it that made way? Lolo?
Well. Oh.
Was it Lolo that made way?
Yeah.
Can the big man
Suffer something else.
be a super sub yet again as Matthias Nani chases the ball? Brandon Williams, player spoke about pre-match. Oh! Ice Cream Uploads just getting...
Well in.
Composed from Foden. So much pressure there that every player was trying to be second to every second ball and every player getting in front of every first ball player. Oh! Took too long. Oh, that's beautiful though. Oh!
I think he's onside. Oh, what's he doing?
Edge of the box.
Oh my god.
Oh! McNeil! Yeah!
Finds the bottom corner. Unbelievable.
Oh, let's all get the jig going. Yeah!
I want to know what Chaloff's shot was all about.
I don't know. Looked like
Went back across the box.
It looked like he was trying to play it in off the keeper.
McNeil is delighted with that one.
Just one touch. Look at that first touch, though. That first touch is something else.
Bring Ireland on, he gets an assist within about 5 minutes.
Oh, the change at the camera angle just meant that you couldn't see the air. Like, it was almost like a reverse Cruyff turn.
Yeah.
Finish, says Gary Clark. Fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal. Big win, big win, big win. Ooh.
Lovely.
Oh, big Philly style. Oh, ref! Oh, there we go. Oh, ref!
Surely that's from behind.
And if it's not, there's no real advantage from the first one because they've got the touch on the second one.
Oh! I'll tell you what, though, if I was a Tottenham fan, I'd be saying it's one of the best challenges I've ever seen in my life. But I'm not, so it don't matter. Terrible challenge.
Oh, here we are. Here we are. Oh. Just used to him making so much magic that's just quite deflating seeing that from him. At least you scored against them lot in their stadium. I know, champions of North London just about to get drubbed here. God. I mean, drubbed's probably not the right word. Scraping a 1-0. Absolute 1-0 drubbing. Oh, here we are, though.
Oh!
McNeil almost for his brace. As Chappers says, probably the best purchase in the history of PES. Oh, nice.
He's got about seconds.
Good ball as well from Zefwick. Oh, lovely. Up top. Oh! Oh, he stopped his run. No. Oh, long ball over top. Oh, pickpocketed. Oh, he kept his run going though. Oh,
Oh, you love it. You love it. Oh, how many times has he done that this season? Haaland is an absolute joy to play with.
Off the bench, a goal and assist. Look at that. Mason Mount just robs Harry Winks. Dink. Oh. Eric Dyer is not a centre-back, and you absolutely tell. Look at this. This first touch, Dyer's just stopped, and Haaland's like, in a bit, son!
Well in, boys.
Are you Arsenal in disguise?
Are you 15th in the table?
Love you, Gary.
Oh, hello.
Oh, suddenly they start playing a bit more Arsenal-esque, actually. And oh my God! Woo!
How has Harry Kane missed that? It's come right off his fringe.
Ref, he just slid through the back of me then. Ah, it don't matter though, does it?
That's who Phil Foden is, mate.
Oh, I got a bit of slowdown then. As I got away, it slowed down, and like the bit that he glitched was the difference from me pulling away from someone to me having someone barreling on top of me. It's like, oh, I'd have played that one away. As Fyodor Chalov goes off and being replaced by Nene, as he drops back into his more familiar attacking midfield role alongside Mason Mount. Does free up Haaland as the sole striker, a role that is very...
Oh, actually, I'm going to make a different sub. How do I do it so I can get rid of the sub? Just do that. Oh, that's how you do it, innit?
No. You the sub's already happened because you did it and then paused it. The sub's already taken place.
Oh yeah.
So it will sub on and sub off in about 3 seconds. Hi boss, bye boss. It'll be the Grandpa Simpson meme.
Well, it's what needs to happen. So.
Nene just like joins the pitch, leaves the pitch. I mean, how did you get an appearance but play no minutes?
It's like when Robinho got subbed on and subbed off within about 3 minutes. That's when you knew his time up was at City. Oh, what a ball!
I think Phil's timed his run to perfection. 1-on-1, gets the keeper, and oh! Erling Haaland with another assist. Look at this build-up. It's all him again. Look, holding play, turns around, waits, and then just releases the pristine pass. Wonderful blindside run, though, from Phil Foden. I don't know if it was Winks who comes charging through the gap in midfield to Haaland, but Foden's running on his blind side. He doesn't see the danger. All Haaland has to do is just play the ball down the centre. Foden still has a lot to do then to take it all the way down the last third of the pitch, almost half a pitch. Oh, your things you love to see. Things you absolutely love to see. 3-0. 70 minutes in, nothing separates the team. On comes Erling Haaland. An assist, a goal, an assist. We are living in La Ha Land, as Chappers said once, and it was been written in folklore ever since. Let's jump into a post-match interview. As Carl McKenzie says, finish! Cheers, dude. Cheers, dude. Welcome in. How are you doing? How's your day? Excuse me. How's your day going? All I'm going to say is big dubs all round. Gagad in the chat has just won himself a copy of Cyberpunk 2077 on the format of his choice. Absolute big dubs. Exclamation mark Cyberpunk if you want to know how he won that. And as well as that, Ice Cream Uploads just bagged themselves 3 points at Tottenham. On the road in North London, a game that looked like it could have gone either way. Half-time, 0-0. Literally the only things keeping it 0-0 are the uprights. Harry Kane with a fucking... I won't say Bunderfastard, I'll say Barnstormer. Because Chalos was a bit more Thunderbastardish now. His was more of a precise place shot. Both of them coming back off the uprights. And literally nothing could separate the teams. What could separate them, though, was one absolute mountain from Norway. Erling Haaland comes on the pitch and the game changes. I mean, Spurs still look lethal. They still look like they could have done something, but he was a game changer, absolutely. Once Bibbs changed the formation, dropped us a bit more defensive. Nene had a bit of a run out, got a bit tired, you know, his stamina wise, so we had to take him off. I mean, to be fair to him, he did play for 0.01 seconds, so big performance from the man. Appreciate him being there for that. But yeah, other than that, solid performance and a great way to come back from a loss in the Champions League. I mean, a loss that didn't count, but still a loss nonetheless. We don't like to lose in any circumstances, but I'll take that. Thoughts, Bib?
Yeah, it's a phenomenal result. I think the first half it was definitely one for the neutrals. We say that quite a lot, but the way that the game was pacing out, it was just end-to-end action. You didn't know who was going to pop up with a goal. Never mind. We actually thought the keepers were going to be the hero today with the amount of saves that they've had to make. But yeah, well, as you said, one big strong centre back from Norway ended up changing the game completely. We like to start with Castolo because he is the man that scores so many goals for us. But we've got a super sub like Haaland who can come on and change a game like that. Then you have to do that. You have to bring him on. You have to let him rule the front line, and that's exactly what he did today. He was bringing players in from deep with the likes of Phil Foden to come and try and to try and break up the play, and that's exactly what he's done.
I mean, that last one as well, it's nice to see Foden getting back on the score sheet again. He doesn't score a lot because of how we're utilising him. He plays as a central midfield player off either on the left flank delivering crosses or on the right and having a bit more of a lethal cutting edge to him. And he doesn't get to use any of that for us. Is our mop it up in the midfield kind of player. But players like Erling Haaland dropping off allows Phil to just be a bit more expansive in his individual play. And then, the formation change, more players in midfield, saw Phil get a little bit of a chance to run forward. And there's one chance to run forward, one goal. So would be nice to see more of that. And maybe that's something we can build in January. But before we talk about January and what's to come, let's talk about what's just happened. Do you want to give us the rundown of the results from today's fixtures, Bib?
Yeah, of course. So the game that you see here live on Sky Sports, Tottenham Hotspur get beat at home 3-0 to Ice Cream Uploads. As Brighton travel to West Ham, win 1-0. Liverpool go to Newcastle and get a 1-0 win too. Leicester City at home beat Southampton 4-1. Arsenal get a draw at Selhurst Park against Crystal Palace, and that finishes 0-0. Bournemouth go to Nottingham Forest and win 2-0. Chelsea get a 1-0 victory away at Watford. United at home, I don't know how they managed to beat the big teams, but they go to Stoke City and draw 2-2. I mean, so very interesting to see where they finish.
Can they do it on a cold night in Stoke? Evidently not, babe.
Apparently not. Man City at the Etihad beat Everton 4-2. And Wolves at home against Aston Villa draw 2-2 as well.
As I'm dying. So, the lead at the top remains 6 points. There is no change despite United dropping some points. Such was the gap between third and fourth. Spurs also losing points though means that nothing changes there. City do close the gap, and it's only goal difference that's keeping them out of the Champions League places now. Leicester keep up the pace. As Watford drop whilst Chelsea climb, which is kind of what you'd expect. I mean, Everton kind of mirroring Newcastle in terms of being so high up the league last season, dropping off this season, exactly like Newcastle did, exactly like West Ham have done, and Everton are now a bit in free fall themselves. Arsenal remain fixed in 11th place, so it would be interesting to see if the likes of Everton and West Ham do keep dropping off. If Watford do keep dropping off, are Arsenal going to leapfrog them by proxy, or can they push up into the top 5-6 places? That'd be interesting to see. But that is how the league.
In second half of the season.
Yeah, definitely. Still 4 games left in the first half of the season. Still not quite there yet. But a pretty difficult game for the first game on the next stream. Let's see how the next stream shapes up then. So we do have a little bit of a venture around the middle/north England, as we have Wolves in the Midlands and Villa in the Midlands before we travel up to the northwest to face off against Everton. So yeah, a bit of a difficult stream, that, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, playing against Spurs is definitely difficult, but playing against teams like Wolves and Aston Villa, these are teams that have got points from us in the past because they play a style that we just struggle to adapt to. So, yes, we did lose a game in this stream against Milan, but there's kind of reasons for that. It's Europe, it's an away game, it's in the Champions League, you're fielding a lower strength side. Yeah, exactly. But that same level of unpredictability comes against Wolves and Villa, even if you're playing your A team and you're trying to get a win, and it's in the league. Nothing can be chalked on the board there without playing the full 90 minutes. I know that's kind of a bit of an obvious statement, but anything can happen in that sort of time.
Agreed.
But we are going to wrap things up. Thank you, everyone, for joining us through the stream. I just want to point out once more that the loot drop for the month has now been announced. Very, very much congratulations to Gagad, who has bagged himself a copy of... Gents, speaking of which, gents, do I cancel my sub now, or do I wait until I've got the game in my hands? Oh, did you not read the small print, Gagad?
Best £5 you ever spent.
No, that's it. Your best £5 for qualifying. Obviously, there's the it's like parachute payments from the Premier League. When you cancel your sub, you need to keep paying sub fees. You can do it by donation if you want for the next 6 months. Starts out for the first month at £6, then it goes down to £5, £4, £3, £2, and £1. And at that point, we will then give you your copy of Cyberpunk. Only once you've given us the allocated distribution fee, which is how much does Cyberpunk cost? Because whatever the Cyberpunk costs, that's how much it is.
About £70.
Yeah. Well, just drop us the money. It's fine. Nice. But that's it. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We are going to wrap things up. We've got a few things to do here at the ICU Arena. We didn't get through unscathed in the Champions League, but we are in to the knockout stages. There's a lot of planning for that, and we are in early December. So we have some transfers to prep for. Do we go for Wilfred Ndidi? This has been a saga of the ages from an ICU perspective. We either get a player or we don't. We don't have something that rumbles on for 2 to 3 years, as this has done now. Is he going to join our team, or is he going to be our... what's his name? Is he going to be our Wesley Sneijder? Is he going to be the midfielder that always turns up but never really turns up? I mean, maybe. We will see. Whilst you guys think that through, though, I'm going to grab us the keys, get us back to the ICU Manor House so we can get prepped for the week ahead. Meanwhile, babe, is there anything you want to add?
Yeah, again, thank you very much for joining us again today, ladies and gentlemen. We very much appreciate all the subs, donos, hosts, and follows. It does mean a lot to us. We won't be playing on Wednesday or Friday this week, so... or Monday next week, because I'm off as well. So next Wednesday is the first opportunity that we should finish the season off next. Well, finish that we'll reach the halfway point. We'll reach the transfer window next Wednesday. But we very much appreciate every single one of you dropping by. If you do have any transfers that you want to see get involved in this team going forward, then do hit us up in the Discord. Is the chat on? Yeah, isn't it?
It's got I beat to it.
You see me typing away. So do hit us up in the Discord with your player advice, shall we say. We are looking for a defensive midfielder. We are looking for cover all around the pitch. So if there's anyone that stands out that you think will get into this team for cheap, maybe someone who we can buy and loan out to try and gain maximum profit, or someone who could just slip in. Either way, let us know in the Discord, and we'll do our best to try and go through those when we return back next Wednesday.
You goddamn right we will. Do you know what? There's no point sitting out here in the car. Let's jump inside. Let's jump inside. So yeah, grab yourself a seat. I mean, you don't have to sit in the kitchen if you want. It's probably the nicest room in the house. I mean, it's the heart of every home. It's the kitchen, God. But yeah, feel free to jump in. The jacuzzi, the saunas, whatever. Go sit in the media room, the cinema if you want. It's up to you. I mean, you guys decide. What we are going to do, though, is get prepped for the next game, which will be a week and 2 days away. Not Wednesday, not Friday, not Monday, but the Wednesday after. We will be back with the next episode of Masters of the League. Why? Because Bibby has the cheek of having a birthday. So there you go. What can I say? I did the same thing last week. It is one of those things. There will be more content. Lots of PUBG, lots of The Scoop, and all of the other things in and amongst all of that. If you want to get involved in that, the best way to do it is to drop a follow on the channel now and you get notified when we go live. But until next Wednesday, Bib, do you have anything you want to throw in to end the stream for anyone watching Masters of the League?
Yeah, again, congratulations to Gagad for winning Cyberpunk, and to the rest of you, stay frosty.
Stay frosty.